So I ask, why can't the Republican National Committee and the General Republican Party just focus on Biden policies that are damaging our country and Trump policies to fix it because he gave us prosperity and protection? I don't get this. Join me now, David Bossie, president of Citizens United and an RNC committee member, and Paige Willey, former White House political affairs advisor. Okay, so the headline coming out of the RNC meeting, David Bossie, was censoring Liz Cheney and whatever his name is, Kinzinger. He's a goofball, and she's just off the charts. It's too bad because I love her dad. So that's not the headline you wanted. That is not the headline you wanted. I'm here to tell you that. The headline you wanted was how to get rid of Biden, all the damage he's done, and why the sound, pro-growth, pro-protection Trump policies. You're not getting it done. I'm just saying the RNC meeting, in my opinion, was a bust. Sorry. Sorry, David. I mean it.
Well, first of all, Larry, I appreciate that, but you should be asking Liz Cheney and Kinzinger why they are doing what they're doing. We were simply making a very clear statement that Cheney and Kinzinger wake up every single day to defeat the thought of Kevin McCarthy becoming Speaker and protecting the gavel with Nancy Pelosi. That's what they are doing. And the grassroots of our party have had enough. And that was the statement, the very clear statement by the RNC through a very simple resolution. Look, it's a small story, and I got to tell you, it's not a bust. Last week, the Arizona Republican Party did it to Sinema, and there wasn't even a story about it. The hypocrisy here knows no bounds. The mainstream media is in the pocket of the Democrat Party. These are the same people that are protecting this January 6th illegitimate committee. They're the same ones that protected Mueller and the fake Russia probe. They're the same ones that protected Schiff and the fake the fake Ukraine probe, the second impeachment. These are the same Pulitzer Prize-winning reporters that should be giving back those prizes because they are nothing but dishonest media, and that's what we've been facing the rest of this week.
I love David Bossie. David Bossie is great, but Paige Willey, I'm just going to Paige, I'm like the stock market. I like to discount ahead. Can I just tell you this? I don't care what Liz Cheney thinks. I don't care what Adam Kinzinger thinks. And we beat the impeachments. And I'd like to put January 6th behind. My point is, Paige, you know, Glenn Youngkin in Virginia showed the way. Trump policies, keep the suburban women, keep the economic growth people, border protection works. All that stuff is great because those are Biden failures. Inflation, catastrophic immigration, catastrophic Afghanistan, catastrophic spending, okay? And he wants to raise taxes to boot. That didn't come out of the RNC meeting in Salt Lake City. And I want that message. That is the winning message. I don't care what Kinzinger, whatever the guy's name. I don't care what he says. I don't even care what Liz Cheney says. I care how we're going to help America, save America. That's what I want to do.
Well, I agree with you, Larry, but the fact is I also agree with David because the Republican Party needs to learn to take its own voters' side. And unfortunately, you have people like Mitch McConnell who made a catastrophic Politics 101 blunder the other day by accepting the opposition party's framing of his own voters and vilifying them. He called it a violent insurrection, which is not a framing that is correct and not a framing that is true. And the Republican Party voters are correct to be worried about the pretext of January 6th being used to delegitimize and even criminalize dissent. He needs to take his own voters' side. This issue will not go away because it will be used to crush opposition to the Democratic Party.
Well, I just, it's so funny. I guess I'm old-fashioned, out of touch. I mean, I served 3 years as a NEC director, loyally for President Trump. I do love the guy and his policies. I mean, to me, just simple-minded guy. What do I know, right? I'm an econ guy, I'm a business guy, we should be going after Biden. We should be attacking Biden and his insane policies that will ruin this country. That's the message. And then we should say, cut taxes, cut regulations, energy independence, protect the border, be strong, America first around the world, go after China. Those are the messages that should have come out of Salt Lake City. When I spoke at Jackson Hole, Wyoming, for Kevin McCarthy. That's the message that I proposed, and there were hundreds of Republicans there, governors, elected officials, and David Bossie. You guys, you want to lionize Liz Cheney and demon? I mean, Mitch McConnell. I don't know whether he's right or wrong, but he's not the enemy. It's Biden's the enemy.
But let me
give you the last
let me just
word.
say we can do both things. We can do both things, Larry. We are against an incredibly bad for America Biden policies. We need to get back to the America First policies of the Trump presidency.
Right.
But we could still point out, okay, as Paige said, the illegitimacy of this committee because the Democrats, this is all they have. Because of those very policies that you're talking about, because of their crime crisis and border crisis, the inflation and economy crisis, there are foreign policy disasters around the world.
Yes.
The Democrats have only the January 6th commission to run on. That is their offense. So we must pay attention to it. And the RNC and Ronna McDaniel took a very strong and principled stand.
Yeah, I know they did. And I hope you're happy about that. I can get through entire days without thinking about January 6th committee or Adam Kinzinger or Liz Cheney. I get through entire days on this program without thinking of them. And I hope to have you both back. I'm sorry, we're short of time. I got to get my pal David Bonson in to talk about the SEC and another Biden policy that's screwing the stock market. Anyway, Paige, Willie, David, Bossie, Biden's the enemy. Good heavens.